All right, well, today I wanted to talk about ways to know if you're not as attractive as you think you are. As many of you know, I used to be overweight, then I lost the weight for a span of years, got to the point where I'm much more in shape now. A lot of these examples would come from when I was in the middle part of that weight loss. Some of these aren't going to be the most obvious, but from my experience are ways to tell if you're not as attractive as you think you are. The first way is if women flake on your dates more frequently. Now, if you live in a city like Miami, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, or New York, this would be the exception, as flaking is a lot higher in these cities. And to be honest, every guy will get flaked on every once in a while. It happens to the best of us. But if it's happening every week, there's a high chance that you're not as attractive as you think you are. To keep it a buck, if a woman is really attracted to you, she's way less likely to flake on you for the date. She may even have something to do that day, but if she finds you really attractive, she will rearrange her schedule and make time for you. This isn't always the case, as she just might have gotten sick or her grandma might have actually died. If a girl views you as an attractive guy, she'll pretty much do whatever she can to make time for you and the date, plain and simple. The second way is if a girl brings up her ex, other guys she's dating, or a celebrity crush while on a date with you. If a girl finds you very, very attractive, her attention will be fixated on you, and she'll be locked into getting to know you and bantering on the date. Her head won't even be thinking to bring up an ex or bring up other dates that she's been on. To give you two examples of this, I remember years ago after I'd lost a decent amount of weight, but wasn't as lean as I am now at 12% body fat, a girl had brought up that she went on a date with a guy who was 6'7" and talked about how she's been on over 10 dates that month. She was a taller girl herself, about 5'9". She had a mild amount of interest in me at the time, but not enough that she was completely fixated on me solely. Another example is when I went on a date with a girl who was married to a professional baseball player about a year and a half ago. And she had talked about how they had gotten a divorce, and she started crying just thinking about it. We did end with a kiss, but we didn't see each other after that. Bottom line is, if a woman has very strong interest in you, she's going to treat you like you're the only guy in the room. In contrast, the women that I've had long-term relationships with in the past had never even brought up another guy while we were dating. They genuinely made me feel like I was the only guy in the world they had eyes for. You can feel the difference when a girl is really attracted to you versus a girl that has mild interest in you. And like I said, this is going to happen. A girl's going to bring up a celebrity crush, or she's going to bring up her ex occasionally on dates. This is going to happen to everyone. But if you find yourself, if girls bring this up a lot more frequently on first dates, you're probably not as attractive as you think you are. Another way to tell is based on body language and eye contact when you have conversations with women. If women are kind of glancing around the room while you're talking with them, or they're not really engaged with what you have to say, or that they have that dull look in their eyes, you might not be as attractive as you think you are. Now, not every woman is going to be attracted to you. Some may be unavailable. You might not be their type. They might be married, might be in a long-term committed relationship. But if most women you talk to aren't engaged in the conversation, they're not giving you that strong eye contact, those indicators of interest, you probably just aren't as attractive as you think you are. And this is really a test of numbers, honestly. But if you find that most women you talk to just aren't giving you their full fixated attention, this is a sign you just may not be as attractive as you think you are, and you have a lot of room to improve yourself. Another way is if dating feels like a chore. When I was overweight and balding, dating felt nearly impossible. It's because it was. Much less women were interested in dating me. Well, virtually zero women were interested in dating me, or even having a conversation if I approached them. But as I lost the weight and I started leaning down my body fat, dating felt easier and easier and way less like a chore. And when you're not very attractive, women are just less likely to engage in conversation and get to know you, as you don't, meet that initial looks threshold for what they find attractive. And when I was at my lowest attractiveness, I would get ghosted constantly. There were a lot more rejections, pretty much all rejections, and it just felt very hard to date. And I think if a lot of women are ghosting you out of the blue, This is also a sign that you're not as attractive as you think you are. Most women aren't just going to ghost a guy they find very attractive. Sure, every guy will get ghosted every once in a while, but if you're finding that it happens to you more often, you might not be as attractive as you think you are. And if you feel that way, the first step is to buy tactical soap. It is 100% proven to make you an Adonis of a man or your money back. Number 5 will be if you don't get compliments from women outside of your family. Your mom, your aunt, and your grandmother will tell you, "Honey, I just think you're so handsome." But women outside of your family don't ever give you any genuine compliments. This is my experience when I was overweight and balding. Your family will tell you this for 2 reasons. They want to boost your confidence, and they're genuinely trying to make you feel good. Your family wants you to find a long-term partner, and if they told you that you're unattractive, you would have way less confidence to try and make that happen. I've actually found that your family not telling you the cold hard truth, it feels good in the moment, but it can be very harmful because you're boosted with all this like artificial confidence that doesn't mean anything without actually working on your appearance. And then you go out there and you get negative feedback from women. As I started to lose weight and improve my appearance, genuine compliments from women outside of my family would happen much more frequently. And I think the more random the woman is, the more the compliment actually has more merit. Because you might have some, good female friends that might give you some boosted confidence. They might tell you you look good or you're handsome. But that doesn't really matter as much as, a random girl on Bumble or a random girl on Hinge or Tinder, telling you that you're handsome, or you meet a girl at a bar and she tells you that you're good looking or you're handsome or you're hot. I hate to say it, but the random compliments from women who have no idea who you are and aren't connected to you in any way, those are the compliments that truly matter. They don't matter in the grand scheme of things, but in the scheme of determining, how attractive you are, those are the compliments that really come true. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like, feel free to comment down below, and feel free to subscribe. Until next time, take care.